Yes, it's that time of the year where you should probably wind up all your yarn. Because mine was a mess. Like, seriously, look at this. I didn't want to tackle this for the longest time because I knew it was going to take me so long. But with the start of the new year, I feel like you just kind of have to. And it'll feel so much better after you do. So that's what I did. I started by taking out all my yarn from my closet because that's usually where I store it. And it doesn't look like a big collection, but trust me, there's so much scrap yarn in there from projects like customs or other stuff that I just have collected, and I normally don't see it because it might be hiding behind other yarn that I just bought. So we're gonna clean this up. It's a fresh start, and I figured since my shop is on a little tiny break, I finally have the time to get my sheet organized. So some of these balls were already wound or winded up. I don't know, they're in cake form because I've done them previously. And I had a little setup on my island because I was able to clamp my yarn winder there, which I can't do on my desk. But I figured I need to find someplace comfier. Maybe I can put on a show or listen to something, and that way I can finally get through all of these skeins. I don't know how to say it, but it was a mess. I also have no patience for dealing with tangled yarn. I will just start chopping like no tomorrow. And then I'll end up with so much loose ends. But it's okay, because this new year is about patience and growing, because we don't need that type of negativity in our life. Some of them were already rolled, and these are the colors that I don't often use, so I've already rolled them in the past. So I had a little setup on my bed on this folding table that I got at Dollarama, and it was so wobbly, but at least it worked because I was able to watch my shows and just sit relaxed in bed. And it was tedious, but I got through it. The only thing is, like, my arms started hurting after a while, so definitely take breaks when you do this. But I can easily distract myself for the podcast. I like watching a lot of video essays, and they kind of keep my mind busy because it could be a topic that I know nothing about, but the way the YouTuber explains it or goes in so in depth and gives receipts and just puts photos and visuals, it's really entertaining. I'm definitely an iPad child, even though I grew up without an iPad until I was the ripe age of like 24. Those, or either watching Peachtree Podcast or the Basement Yard. Honestly, any of those will just keep my mind busy, and I was able to get through it. Ooh, look at that delicious cake. And of course, my little kitty comes to inspect what's going on. She's uninterested in the yarn right now because it's not loose, but she likes the machine, I guess. And I finished a couple of them, but there was so much more to do. So this is the amount I finished of only everything that was in my closet. And then I found more around my entire apartment. Yarn that I just had collected. Like, my sister got me this colorful one, and then this I got from Dollarama. And then just piles and piles of extra yarn. It was just such a mess. But we gotta do it. We gotta push on. yarn that I had just hidden on the side of my couch from other projects. Oh my god. Like you think I have enough yarn, but no. I have more. I keep getting more. It's really bad. It's really bad. All my money is spent on either iced coffee or yarn or my pets. That's it. Honestly, if anyone asked me how much money I spent just last year on yarn,
we're between 700 billion and $1,300,000,000,000,000,000.
the only thing that I will say that I don't like about this crank or this I can't speak, this yarn winder is that it's so freaking loud. I need noise canceling headphones just to listen to my shows because you can't hear a thing. And this was the aftermath. All these wrappers. This is what took me 2 days to wind. So usually I like to organize them by color, starting with the burgundies and like the darker reds, and then just go in the color of the rainbow. Have the reds all near each other, and then oranges. These were mostly for fall, and I don't really use them that often, but I like orange when it's fall. I don't really like orange any other time of the season, but it's still a pretty color. And the greens, of course, are so important, especially for my froggies. But yeah, so far it's looking really jam-packed, and I was feeling a little unsure about it because some of the colors were being hidden. Like if I only had one color of one, it would just be kind of thrown in the back. And I like to kind of see my stuff because I don't have object permanence. And if I don't see a color, I'll think it doesn't exist, or I'll forget that I even have that color. I then realized that I had my yarn in other places too, so with the extra colors that I have, I'm just gonna put it elsewhere, like a bunch of these pinks. So that's what I did in its beautiful form. I can see them. They're all nicely caked-ified. And then I realized I forgot one freaking color. I'm done. Goodbye.